When you think of ketchup, you picture a thick, red tomato sauce squeezed onto burgers and fries. But ketchup's earliest ancestors would have looked and smelled nothing like the condiment we know today. Its story begins not in America, nor even in Europe, but in the bustling ports of southern China in the 17th century. Their sailors and merchants encountered a local staple, kê-tsiap, thin, salty, fermented fish sauce used to season rice and seafood. It was pungent, savory, and addictive, more like Southeast Asian fish sauces today than any tomato product. European traders were captivated by the flavor and carried the recipe back with them. But lacking the original ingredients, they improvised. In 18th century England, ketchup came to mean a broad category of dark, savory sauces. Recipes use anchovies, oysters, walnuts, mushrooms, or even pickled fruits, flavored with spices and vinegar. These early British ketchups were nothing like the ketchup of today, tangy, salty and sometimes spicy, served with meats and fish rather than potatoes or hot dogs. The tomato entered the picture in the early 19th century in the United States. At first, tomatoes were regarded with suspicion, sometimes thought poisonous because of their resemblance to nightshade plants. But as they gained acceptance, inventive cooks began experimenting with tomato-based ketchups. These recipes often included vinegar, sugar, and spices, creating a thicker, sweeter sauce. By mid-century, commercial bottlers like Jonas Yerkes and later H.J. Heinz perfected the formula, standardizing tomato ketchup as a mass-market product. Heinz, in particular, revolutionized ketchup by emphasizing purity and consistency at a time when many condiments were adulterated with unsafe preservatives. His ketchup launched in 1876. It was sweet, tangy, shelf-stable, and visually striking with its bright red color. It quickly became a staple in American households and later spread worldwide, cementing tomato ketchup as the dominant form of the condiment. The transformation from fish sauce to tomato-based condiment reflects centuries of cultural exchange and adaptation. What began as an umami-rich seasoning in Asia evolved into a mushroom and walnut sauce in Europe, and finally into the sweet tomato spread of American kitchens. Ketchup's global journey is a story of trade, taste, and reinvention. Today, ketchup is so deeply associated with tomatoes that few remember its origins. Yet the very word ketchup still carries echoes of its Asian birth. Linguists trace it directly back to kê-tsiap, reminding us that our favorite fast food condiment has roots in fermentation, fish, and centuries of culinary improvisation. The next time you squeeze a bottle of ketchup, remember not just tasting tomatoes, retasting the strange history of a sauce that traveled oceans, changed ingredients, and reinvented itself to conquer the world's tables.